Start. Teaching on the internet is the best way to help people. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. 2019, I saw my business 4X from just putting myself out there, and then all of a sudden, all this cool stuff starts happening to you because you're helping other people. We need to get out of that mode of like, who do you know? Who do you know that could refer you business? It's who knows you. Everybody who's in this room met me because of one piece of content. And what would have happened if I said that day, instead of posting that video, I'm not going to post this shit. Dumb. I think now is probably the most important time with the shift in the economy, the shift in our business. You have to level up.
You're a class act, and you're in this for the right reasons, and your group should know that about you. It's true.
What's the value of a personal brand? The value is you can open up your phone and say, hey, send me a DM. And then now you have all these people to choose from on demand. I wish I would have started what I'm doing now sooner.
Give it up for my man, Neel Dhingra!
Thank you guys. What's up, bro? Thank you guys. So, how's everyone doing today? I'm last speaker, day one. How's the day been going so far? Good? You guys having fun? All right, good. So, I know it's the end of the day. It's been a long day. You guys have taken a lot of information, but here's the thing, guys. If you would just lock in with me, everybody here, if you guys would just lock in with me for 29 minutes, it's going to be worth the entire trip. Can we do that? You guys ready? All right, good. All right, so we're going to pull this thing up here. It's interesting. Last week, this just happened, like maybe within the last hour. I was talking to one of the agents backstage, and they were like, Neel, so how do you know Sharon? Like, how'd you guys get connected? And I was thinking to myself, trying to think of like, okay, how do we know each other? He's like, are you guys related? And I was like, it just made me think, like, I remember when my wife and I first got together. So we've been together 20 years. She's white. I'm Indian, obviously. And when we first went out to dinner, we were going on a date, and an Indian couple walked into the restaurant. And I looked at them, and I looked down back at Whitney, and then she was like, Neel, do you know them? I was like, no, Whitney. Not all Indian people know other Indian people. It's a country of 1 billion people. Like, we don't all know each other. So, yeah, it's just crazy that apparently this agent thought the same thing. He's like, are you guys cousins? I'm like, no. So let me tell you how we actually met. Me and Sharon met at the Super Bowl. So I was seated at the Super Bowl this past year. It was in Vegas. Anybody go to the Super Bowl here in Vegas? No, just me and Sharon. Okay, cool. So I was seated right there. Me and my homies were sitting on the field. And while I was there, I made a post. And the first comment on that reel was Sharon. He's like, bro, turn around. I'm right here. I was like, holy shit, Sharon's here? I look up, and he's in the box. Now, my seats, I can be honest with you guys, right? Okay, cool. So I paid $12,000 per seat to sit on the Super Bowl. It was a cool experience. I would definitely do it again, so highly recommend if you can go to Super Bowl once in a lifetime. Really fun. I think the box cost a lot more than 12 grand, but that's where Sharon was. And Sharon was in this box with a bunch of people. He's like, turn around, bro, I'm right here. And so I went up to the box. We got to connect. And since that time, we've collaborated on events. I've had him on my podcast. Right now, our podcast together is on YouTube. I believe it has like 70 or 80,000 views, and people are just loving it. Have anybody of you guys seen the podcast with me and Sharon? A few of you guys? Okay, cool. So this thing's incredible. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch it. But it is blowing up right now. And it all happened, so many more opportunities I can't even tell you right now because of time. But all of that happened because I decided to post a video while I was there, and luck happened. And so this same situation has happened to me so many times, countless times. I've had so many once-in-a-lifetime opportunities because I hit record and because I posted that video. It's incredible. And so, for me right now, I'm 43 years old. I spent most of my life in this circle, this big circle with excuses, okay? I knew I was capable of doing more. I was stuck at a certain point in my career, making, low six figures, and I knew I could do more. And by the way, how many of you have this feeling like you do the work day to day, but you feel like you're meant to do something more than what you're doing now? Anybody feel that? So I think you should tap into that, okay? That is something, that's like God telling you, to do something different and to do something bigger and to play bigger. So I ignored that for years. 5 years ago, I decided to tap into that and I started posting videos. It was cringe at first, okay? Like, it's bad when you get the Facebook memories and you can't even get through your own video. That was my freaking video. You know what I'm talking about, bro. So I pushed, I persevered, I got better. As a result, my business on the mortgage side, real estate side, it blew up. We 10x that business, and I got all these cool benefits, financial success. I actually enjoy what I do again. All those kind of cool things happened. Then I started a few years into that journey, I started to teach. I started to speak more and teach more. That was cringe at first, but it got better. And now we have an education platform with thousands of agents throughout the country, and we put on events. And so I moved into this bottom circle, okay? And what I found out about that bottom spot is no industry is saturated because most people suck at what they do. Do you guys agree with me? Okay, so what you'll find is people will tell you, content, social media is saturated. Well, if you do it correctly, it's not. I recently launched a podcast. Everybody told me the world doesn't need another podcast, it's saturated. Well, I found out if you do it correctly, you're in this elite group of people who do things. So with anything, real estate, mortgage, freaking podcast content, it's all gonna be this small category. It's actually pretty lonely when you do this right, and I would love to get you guys in there. Now, here's the thing. I feel like by the way, just to get a pulse in the room, how many of you are posting content every single week, 52 weeks a year? Raise your hand. So this is a great group. Real is a great group. You guys, probably 70% of the room is creating content. And for me, how many of you, or for you guys here, how many of you are familiar with my content? Have you seen my content? Okay, good. So there's a good amount of you guys. So here's what I think. I spent most of my career in business up until the last 5 years thinking about this. How can I find more clients, right? And I think many of you guys are thinking this every day. That's why we work on marketing strategy and sales strategy. But I want you to flip this around. I want you to think about this. How can I make myself more findable for people who already need my service? Think about that. You would be shocked at how many people want to work with you. Thousands of people want to work with you. They're just a few questions away, or they don't even know you exist. And so this question changed my life. How can I make myself more findable? I just did a podcast with Grant Cardone, and he told me, Neel, in his normal voice, he said, if people don't know you, they can't flow you. It's so true, right? And so who am I to teach you this? Some of you guys know me. I just asked, I think there's a small group that knows me here, but for those of you who don't, and you're meeting me for the first time, I'm a content creator first and foremost. My content has been seen by 20 million people over the last 12 months. I'm also in the mortgage industry. You make millions of dollars a year doing things, getting clients. I don't say that to flex, maybe just a little bit, but I just wanted you to know that what I'm teaching actually works. I'm going to give you the tactics. I'm going to give you the blueprint. And I also have an education platform called 𝗬𝗲 Academy. Some of you guys are in it, where we teach agents and lenders how to crush it with personal branding content. Instagram is my main jam. I also do YouTube and other platforms, but most of the content strategy that I'm going to go through today and the conversion strategy is using Instagram. It would also work on other platforms, but I've posted on my current account about 1,200 videos. And I can tell you that most of the people watching at scale, I reach about 6 million people in a 90-day window. They're millennials. And most of that reach is all through short-form video still. Now, I still do posts and other things, but I'm going to go through the short-form video strategy that's absolutely crushing for us. And it's a system, okay? It's a 3-part system. This system changed my life. It's the 3 C's: content, connection, conversion. Is it cool if we get into the tactics and you guys can take notes? Okay, so this is going to be all you need. And this system right here, once I figured it out a few years ago, changed everything. And I'm not by any means at my final destination in terms of business or success. I'm still growing quite a bit. But this right here helped me primarily do what I love doing for my day-to-day and also never have to worry about money again. This right here. So let's lock in and go through this. So first things first, content. I want to go through this. I want to show you guys something special. Check this out.
Welcome, everyone, to today's session. First and foremost, I just want to thank Sharon and the entire world-class team here at Real for having us at today's event. My human counterpart, Neel, and myself are so excited to be here. The information he's about to cover not only has the power to change your business, but for some of you, it might even change your life. And with that said, I think my 20 seconds of fame is up. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to the more handsome, real-life version of myself. Neel, I hope I said all this correct.
So that's my AI twin. That's 100% AI generated. That's not me. That's not my voice. None of that. And so you just type in what you want it to say, and it generates the video. It's incredible. I think it's like 97% there. I believe with the quick evolvement, it's going to get to 100%, pretty close. Check this one out. This is really cool.
Seré honesto contigo. Obtener un préstamo hipotecario puede ser complicado, pero con las personas y el proceso adecuado.
So guys, I don't know if you know this, but I now speak 40 languages fluently, okay? I'm 100% fluent. It's incredible, right? So I want you to write this down. There's a site called HeyGen, H-E-Y-G-E-N, and this is the best site to generate your AI avatar for video creation. I've tested 20 of these. This is the best one, okay? You type in what you want to say. So let me tell you what the use cases are, how we're actually using this. It's not just a trick, we're using it, right? So client videos, you can make client videos 100% automated. It will insert the name of the client, and you could send those videos out on autopilot. We also use it to create some content, not all the content, but you could do that. And then for the translate feature, you know, I used to do that just as a joke, but it's actually practical. There are people in our group who started a second channel or are running ads to Hispanic audience. Now, I will tell you this, if you do that, make sure you have someone on the team that speaks Spanish, because as the leads come in, it's good. Yeah, by the way, for the Spanish speaker, how was my Spanish? Is that good? Yeah, amazing, she said. It's good, it's perfect, right? So the dialect, all that stuff is dialed in. So this site just rolled this out for real estate agents specifically. HeyGen just rolled it out where you can zap in the lead name and it will automatically send and generate a video and send it out personalized to that lead. So you think about your cold leads coming in. We all know that they better respond to video. Even people who send out a text message with a photo of them in that initial reach out get a higher response rate. So it's incredible when you do this using video. So right now on social, the game has changed. I'm sure most of you know this, but I don't think you know how powerful it is. Many of you guys aren't aware, which is the fact that they've changed the algorithm, right? How many of you noticed the change in the algorithm over the last year? Your videos just aren't seen by as many people anymore, but here's what's happened. It's less views, but they're more targeted views. The quality of the viewer has gone up. It's changed from the social graph to the interest graph. So it used to be that it would show your content to people who follow you. If you had a YouTube channel, it'd show the content to people who subscribe to your channel. But now all the platforms have changed, except for LinkedIn. All the platforms are now on the interest graph, which means that the content shown to the viewer is whatever they're interested in. So when you go into Reels, you go into TikTok, you go on YouTube, it's showing you videos that they think you would want to watch. And most of these people you're not following, you're not subscribed to their stuff. So that means, practically, I have 200,000 followers on Instagram that I've built this community over the last 4 years. Somebody in the audience has 200. The person with 200 can get more views on a video than me if they make a good piece of content. So each piece of content is being judged independently, which is amazing opportunity. Now, what's working versus what's not working? We're seeing the most traction right now when you show them instead of just telling them. So those of you who said you've noticed your reach has gone down, your views have gone down, it's because talking head videos, it's just the audience isn't as interested in them. But if you show them something, the views go way up. So I beta tested this with 20, 30 pieces of content. I'm going to show you the top performing one right now. But check this out, okay? So this is when I'm just showing them the numbers on a deal. So if you're saving up for a down payment on a house, watch this math. All right, so let's just say you find a property for $450,000. If you want to just put 5% down, that's $22,500. Now here's the thing, most people want to save more than 5% down because they want to avoid PMI, but let's do the math. If you do this and you have good credit, you're going to be paying $190 a month in PMI. Now typically you'd pay that for 4 years. So over 4 years, that works out to be a total of $9,120. Now let's just say that you said, forget that, I'm going to save up the 20% down. If you waited, and so you took 4 years to save up your 20% down, that $450,000 house at a 5% appreciation rate is now worth $547,000 after 4 years. So at the end of the day, you end up costing yourself $97,000 to try and save just $91,220. So this is something that we tell our clients all the time, but when you show them the numbers, it becomes real. So showing them the property, showing them the real numbers, rather than just telling them, it's incredible. So every time I do this, I'll test it with a few pieces of content. The single video will get 10 times the reach if you do this correctly. It's a huge return on the amount of people, and it's a small tweak that gives you big results. Seriously, every single time I do this, we're getting hundreds of thousands of more views. Now for you, if you're a newer creator, maybe you're just adding a 0 to the 100. So normally 100 views, now you're getting 1,000. If you're getting 1,000, now this is how you break into 10,000. If you do this, it works. So I want to give you a hook. I actually took this from Sharon. We did a podcast and he talked about the dog whistle. The dog whistle was letting the person know this video is for them, right? So this hook works. You guys can screenshot this. It works for so many videos. If you are this person, you might be thinking this, but check this out. So if you're a millennial buyer, you might be thinking that the prices are too high, but check this out. If you're a home buyer and you may be thinking that you need a huge down payment, but I want you to watch this. And then you go show them something. Does this make sense to you guys? By the way, is this helping you? Okay, good. Just want to make sure you guys are with me. So make sure you could use this formula, but make sure you let people know this video is for them in the beginning, right when you start the video, and more people tune in to watch it. I actually put together a bunch of these hooks that you guys can have. I don't have time to go through all of them, but I put them all in a document. I'm going to send them to you guys. So if you guys want to grab it, just scan this, and I will send it to you guys for free. I'll send you all our AI tools that we're using as well, and the slides from today's presentation. So I put together a whole resource package. Yeah, you're welcome. Clap it up for that. Yes, sir. Okay. You guys are with me, right? Okay, good. Let's go. So I want to show you another AI tool that's crushing it right now. This is working so well. How many of you are aware of the AI voice Adam? Anybody know this voice? A few people know. So here's Adam's voice.
A bottle of water can be 50 cents at a supermarket, $2 at the gym, $3 at the movies, and $6 on a plane. Same water. The only thing that changed its value was the location. So, the next time you feel your worth is nothing, maybe you're at the wrong place.
Join real, right? You could say at the end. So that's Adam's voice. If you use Adam's voice on your video, automatically reaches way more people.
When you use my voice, it adds a certain mystique to your videos. Like right now, I'm guessing most of you are paying attention to what I am saying. More than would have paid attention if Neel just told you about how cool I am. No offense, Neel. Anyways, give it a shot and I bet you get some great results.
So I want you guys to go to 11labs.com and you can type in whatever you want Adam to say for free and it will spit out this audio. You can put this audio over your home tours and it will crush. You can put this audio over whatever you want to teach. For some reason, the audience prefers this dude's voice over ours. So just let's lean into it, right? I see so many brands using this for their ads and it's crushing. The other thing I really want to quickly touch on is I know a lot of you are doing home tour videos. And so I have this group where we test home tour videos and we're seeing which ones dominate. And this guy in our group made one tweak to the video and he went from 1,000 views to 100,000 views on one tweak, okay? So he was doing these videos where he would say, here's what $800,000 gets you in Flagstaff, Arizona. He changed the beginning hook of the video to say the down payment amount instead of the price. Okay, so check this out.
What $32,000 gets you in Flagstaff, Arizona? Let's go check it out.
So really quick iPhone video showing this, nothing fancy, no fancy videographer, went from 1,000 views to 100,000 views with that small tweak. And he's leveraging this more. We've seen other people do it and it crushes. Now people in the caption, you write here, here's the down payment amount, here's all the figures, but it automatically reaches more people. And then now you're starting more conversations. You have the opportunity to reach the people who are actually interested in the property. So he put a CTA in future videos and it crushes. So I really want to quickly touch on quality before I get to connection and conversion really quick. But this is just something that I think is important. I saw so many of you guys today posting pictures and videos and it looks like chapstick was spread across the lens of the camera. So the phone is on your face, it's in your hair and it's got the oils on it. And when you take a photo or video, it's just cloudy, so I just want to show you this.
Okay, so when you shoot a video like this with your iPhone, it's a little underwhelming. It just doesn't do a whole lot to keep you engaged. But check this out. The proper equipment make a world of difference on the quality of videos. But here's the crazy part. This is still just shot on the exact same iPhone. The only thing that's different is we added a $100 mic and a $100 lighting setup.
So you can shoot videos with your iPhone. If you have an Android, I think it still works, but I can't vouch for that. But it will work on the iPhone for sure. You need a light, you need a mic if you're shooting inside. If you're going outside, you could just use the sun. But I'll tell you this, people treat you better when your content looks better. It's a fact. It's like if I chose to shower today before coming here. It's that simple. Like people just treat you better. So I don't make the rules, but I'm telling you guys should lean into this. But I don't want you to think it has to be perfect because I believe that perfectionism is procrastination masquerading as quality control. So many of you guys are working on the best setup. I know somebody in here, I won't call him out. I don't even know his name actually, but I just saw him on social. He has all the equipment, but he won't post any videos. He's dialing everything in. He's working on the systems. And I know that type of person because I used to be that person. And we just need to get it out. So I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, look at 6 or 7, and you'll be good. So there's some people in here who are like, Neel, I don't have time for this. So I want to give you a quick framework. Make before you manage. When you wake up in the morning, before you get started putting out fires, working on the escrow, calling your client, do something for yourself first, for your personal brand. Why is it that if we had an appointment with a client and we were meeting with somebody for a new listing or a buyer, there's no way you would never not show up to that. You'll show up for your clients, your business partners, the escrow people, the developer, the freaking inspector, but you won't show up for yourself. We serve everybody else, and then we put our own personal brand on the back burner. So what I would tell you is, let's move that around and put you first. Make something before you start managing your day. And it could be as simple as a quick selfie video. It could be, for me, I just write out a tweet and I post it on my Instagram story. But when you do this, it just sets the tone for your day. So think about this, make before you manage, write that shit down. Okay, so I'm gonna get into connection. I have limited time here, and then I'm gonna wrap it up with conversion, how we ring the register. So connection pieces, I used to primarily share personal content only in my Instagram story, but what shifted in the last year is you need to start sharing this more in your feed, not just in your stories. So why do you do what you do, okay? So many of us are in this industry. Why do we stay in this godforsaken industry? Like, what is it about it? For me, it's the results that we get for our clients. We need to talk about that and have an opinion on something. How many of you have an opinion on where the market is headed in the next 6 months based on the data? I have an opinion on it. Wait a second. Very few people have an opinion. We're supposed to be the expert, and we don't have an opinion on this? So I think that people have an opinion, but they're scared that they could be wrong. So I want to give you a framework for this. Let's just say you post a video saying, hey, based on the data, here's what I see happening with demand, here's what I see happening with inventory, and it's going to be difficult for buyers at this price point, here's all the data. Then something crazy happens. There's a war, there's another pandemic, some weird shit happens politics-wise, and you were dead wrong with what you did, what you said on Instagram. So here's what you do. You get to your phone, you open it up, and you find the video where you made the prediction, and delete the fucking video. Like, what? You know, people who make predictions, they'll put out 10 videos, 7 of them are wrong, and they tell you the 3 times they're right. So don't be afraid to make predictions. I respect people who make predictions. It's based on the data. The data will change. I will update you as it comes on. But if you're not sharing your opinion, it's a mistake, okay? And I believe that your fear of looking dumb is holding you back. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 spoke at our event recently, and afterwards he told me, Neel, he said, the greatest gift you can give yourself is get over the fear of being embarrassed. Okay, it's so true. So from a personal content standpoint, I would share the 4 F's, food, faith, family, fitness, and focus on this. You want to be, actually there's one more, fashion you could throw in there too. And replace one of the F's with whatever you're into. We have people in our group, they're into hiking. They do a video while they're doing the hike. There's somebody in this room who's a big sports fan of a certain team. If you would simply wear that hat or jersey in the video, the algorithm is so good at showing the content to that person that are sharing your interests. So it's getting so dialed in, you really need to lean into this. One dude outside told me he's a degenerate gambler. I would leave that one out. But other than that, whatever you're into, just throw it in there. And what you want to do is focus on being relatable, not remarkable, okay? It doesn't have to be huge. Like, people want to relate to what you're doing. Now, for me, I share a lot about my family, and I want to just tell you guys something really quick. You know, a few years ago, I was working so hard, I took my eye off the ball with the family, and my wife told me, she said, Neel, we're learning to live without you. And so if you're in this room right now, and you have been putting your relationship on the back burner, I would tell you to move that to the front and really prioritize your spouse. Make sure that you take care of your family first and foremost, because if you're not solid at home, you're going to suck at business. And literally, that's right. When I know this isn't a content strategy, but I'm just telling you, like, when I locked in there, I'm a beast in business. You can't mess with me. But when something's off, I'm handicapped. So I would just urge you guys to fix that first. And the bottom line with the personal content is you're so much more than what you do for a living. If you guys make more connections on social, you're going to get more clients. It's a relationship business. So really quick, I want to share with you, I wanted to post something about my daughter. She had been really interested in going, not interested, that's the wrong term. She had been begging to go to the Taylor Swift concert. Okay? How many of you guys sent your kid to a Taylor Swift concert? Oh, you went. Yeah, okay, good. So these tickets are also expensive, similar to the Super Bowl, okay? It's very expensive, but finally she's gonna go. Now, I could choose to post that on social. I could choose not to post it. I could just post a picture, but I'm gonna share with you guys how I shared it on social. So here's my Instagram story for my daughter going. Well, the video didn't play, the whole thing. The most important part of the video didn't play, but this was all set up to play. I don't know why it didn't play. Yeah, can you guys check in the back? See if you could get that to work, man. Yeah, you guys want to see it? It was all set up and it didn't play. Yeah, well, they'll try. Okay, but in the meantime, I'll tell you guys. He's going to try again? Okay. Oh, it's moving. Okay, it just froze. Sorry. There we go. And so she FaceTimed me, and I recorded my screen, and I get a little emotional, but it's like, we work so hard to do things for our family, and I was just so excited because I'd never seen her that happy in so many years, and I decided to share it on social. As a result, this is like my #1 viewed personal post on Instagram. What does it have to do with what I do for a living? Nothing. But it connected me to so many people. So I'm not saying to exploit your kids, but what I'm saying is like, hey, like if so many of you guys are good fathers and great coaches and husbands and all these cool things outside of work, and you won't share any of it. Everybody here wants to be outstanding, but you refuse to stand out. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? So my goal is not to be well known, it's to be known well. I want my audience to know me, to know what's everything about me, because then they can refer me. Then they'll think of me more. Opportunities come my way. Sharon was on the podcast. Here's what he said about this.
So I will share something that you and I would talk about off camera, but never on camera. And that is, most people think about marketing, lead generation, social media tactics, etc., as a vehicle for creating new clients, growing your business, generating leads, getting attention. But I think the way, even how you and I met and connected, was I look at content and marketing as a gateway to new relationships. Because if no one knew me, and if I was not making any content, and you're like, okay, who is this guy? Oh, and you just move on, right? And so I see and you see content as an opportunity to stack great relationships. At the end of the day, how do you build and grow your business? You build and grow your business and you build and grow your life by having great people around you who endorse you, who support you, who lift you up, who bring you into their worlds, who create great opportunities for you.
And so it's so true, right? It's the developer. It's the guy with 8 deals that wants to work with you. Like, all these cool opportunities come my way because I share personal things. And I've been doing this for years, guys, and if you don't share the connection piece, that's why I spent a little bit more time on this, you're going to miss out on so much opportunity. And so I want you guys to make your own luck, share more personal things. Cool? You guys with me? Okay. So we got 3 minutes left for the time. Is it cool with everybody here if I go 4 minutes over? Okay, cool. So let's go. Keep going. Let's go into conversions, right? Let's get paid. I know that's what you guys are here for. So I'm going to get into conversions, but first things first, make sure you guys think about, like, what do you guys want people to know about you, and then that's the stuff you're going to share in your personal content. So here's what I found out about conversions. If you post a lot, you'll see people reach out to you. They'll be like, yo, dude, love your content. I got a client for you. I want to send you somebody. But here's the thing. There are way more people than just that small group. There's like infinite amount of people who never say shit. They watch all the videos. They're silent. They don't even hit the heart button. I met a dude here. I was like, bro, he's like, I love all your content. I'm like, I've never seen you on the likes or the comments. What's up? And they just are stingy with that. I used to type out a comment and then erase it because I didn't want to look stupid. So this is most of the audience. And so what you have to do is you have to prompt them. And I noticed most of the people in here are prompting the audience in the wrong way. So I'm going to fix this. Think about this. Customers on the left side, closed deals on the right side. Most of us in this room are expecting that person to make the whole journey on their own. Okay? I met my wife 2003 at a work event. We're in the mortgage industry. I came to Vegas. She was at the bar. I was like, I'm going to go talk to this girl. Imagine if I walked up to her and I said, hey, you want to go upstairs? Like, I probably wouldn't have that family. Like, I can't pull that shit off. Maybe Sharon, you could pull that off, bro, but I can't. So you need to add a step in the middle, you know, like, can we have a drink, some conversation, romance? Like, what's your step in the middle? And what works really well is a guide, a webinar, a video, a checklist. And I see, you know, this is tried and true marketing for direct response marketers, but it's missing from the real estate industry. The thing where people go wrong with this is you're selling the thing that people don't want. And it's hard, it's kind of an ego blow, but you're selling them to get on a call with you. They don't want to talk yet. They will talk, but we're just trying to get the interest. We're trying to get them to raise a hand. The best marketers in the world are looking for signal, not sales. You're just trying to get them to raise a hand. Does this make sense? So don't sell work. Make it easy. And so here's a call to action example, okay? I'm going to show you guys. I made a video about a program that helps people buy homes here in Vegas, and then I did a call to action.
If you want to buy a home, but you're worried about these high rates and payments, check this out. There's a new program that's available for certain communities within all the markets across the country. Now, this is Las Vegas, and the yellow areas are eligible for this program. These are all the listings within that market that are available. And the homes in these yellow areas are eligible for below market rates, which gives you a lower monthly payment. So let me give you an example. Here's a property that our client is purchasing for $400,000. And because it's in one of the yellow areas, they're going to save over $3,000 a year in interest. Here's the thing. If you're looking to buy a house and you want to find which homes are available in your market, just comment the word home below, and I'll send you a link to this map. So I just shot that with the iPhone. I used the back camera because it gives this bigger, wider look. I wiped the lens, of course. And then I can easily flip to what's on my screen and then flip back to myself. No fancy production, no equipment, just a light and my iPhone. And you generate hundreds and hundreds of leads, okay? And so this is something that would help buyers. If you go to ChatGPT and you ask them, what are millennial buyers concerned with for buying in today's market, 2024 real estate market, it tells you all the things that they're concerned with. If you make videos that are the antidote to those things, you'll get a ridiculous amount of leads. But you have to make it easy. The thing you're offering needs to be easy, and then you need to tell them clearly what to do to get it. And so we do this over and over. I have so many more examples we don't have time to get into, but I'll tell you what, every time we do this properly, we generate a ridiculous amount of leads. Now, if you're newer to content, maybe you get 5 or 6. We use automation, by the way, to follow up with all of these on autopilot. And you know what? What's really cool is when you get this going, the best business models are the ones that grow while you're sleeping. So while I'm here speaking to you guys, somebody's opting into my funnel, they're getting a piece of information on demand, then they're getting followed up with, and then when they're ready to move forward, they take a quiz, and that's what starts the process. And so just remember this, when you're making a call to action, tell them specifically what you're offering and specifically what to do to get access. Most people, the offer is confusing, and when you confuse, you lose. Okay, if there's any confusion, they're not going to do shit. They just move on. Imagine at the end of that video, by the way, if you're talking about something easy versus something hard, imagine at the end of that video if I said, hey, if you're interested in moving forward, there's a link in my bio, and you can fill out a form and book an appointment to do a buyer consult. How many people would I've got? 1, maybe 0. And if I did this correctly, it's 200, 300, 400 people that are all interested. It's just a matter of how you say it, how you package your offer. Is this helping you guys? Okay, good. So I want to see you guys change the way you make offers on social. And so here's the thing. Remember that guy I showed you in the beginning of the video, when I talked in the beginning about how I had to go through this cringe-worthy phase of content? Against my better judgment, I'm going to show you guys a video, my first video, okay? One of my first videos. This is 5 years ago. The last option, and more complicated, is to use equity in another property that you might own. So this is something that is rare and would require more investigation. I can't watch this shit. It's so bad. So bad. But I'll tell you what, that dude doesn't belong here, right? But I'm here. And so great things start from humble beginnings, right? Did you guys know that Lamborghini started as a tractor company?
Did you know that IKEA started off selling pens? Your start isn't the end, right? Think about that. Your current situation doesn't have to be where you end up. And so when I started teaching to people, they wouldn't even let me speak to the room. They put me in the hallway. I spoke to a real estate office. There was 3 people there. And they're like, Neel, dude, you can just have the hallway, the meeting room. That's for the big players. You just talk out here. And I would do it. And I sucked. And I got better, and I got better. And now I get to teach people, thousands of people all across the country. People come to our events. I get to do cool things like this right now. Like I'm here right now because of that. I get to make content with my heroes in business, right? And it's all because I hit record. I hit post. I try new things. I look at the data on what works and what didn't work, and then I get better. Some of you guys tell me you've been posting for 2 years and you're not getting results. Did you look to see what works and what didn't work? You know, like you're just doing the same shit. It's not getting better. So think about that. It's not just being consistent, it's being effective. That's what I want you to take away from this. How could you be more effective? How could you share more and be effective? And I think about this all the time. You know, I believe it's scary to put yourself out there. I know some of you are like, Neel, I'm not going to share any personal things. I don't know about these videos. I have a fear of putting myself out there. Even if you won't admit it, that's what you're thinking. But here's what I found out about fear. It doesn't go away, it just gets diluted. Like right before I came out here, I was like, get this feeling in my stomach. Do I belong here? I feel nervous. But as soon as you start, it just gets pushed down, right? You're just not listening to that dude anymore. That person's gone. And it doesn't go away completely, but you just rise above it. And so have you guys read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear? Because I want to leave you with this thought. And by the way, when we're done here, I'm going to go in the back. If you guys want to chat over in the corner, I'm down to jam with you more. But in that book, he talks about a plane flying from Europe over to the US. If you change the nose of the plane by just a little bit, it ends up in a completely different spot, right? Totally different destination. And so think about this. From today, you learned a lot of things today. You've gone to the breakout sessions. You've been here. Maybe something I said connected. Maybe something Sharon said. You're like, dude, I'm going to do that. Tomorrow you might learn something else. But don't be overwhelmed with all these notes and all the things. Just think about like what are 1 or 2 things that resonate with you that you could actually implement. And just focus on that. And so think about this. It could be something I said 1 time a week. 52 weeks later, you're in a completely different place. And so here's the thing, guys. I think 1 year from now, we're either going to be complaining about, hey, we never got started with that thing, or we're going to be celebrating all that you've done. So which one is it going to be? So which one is it going to be? Okay, so I can't wait to see what you guys do 1 year from now. We're going to come back. We're going to tell that story. Thank you guys very much.